Awesome. Hello, friends. Welcome to Work It Wednesday, another week where we hope to just gather together, inspire, and share. I'm excited tonight because we're going to be planning out the rest of 2025 together. And I'm not a big planner typically. I typically fly by the seat of my pants. It drives my type A friends absolutely insane, but we just wing it and go with it and just hope for the best. So here we are, but we're going to do it because I do think there is importance, especially with what's coming up that we'll go over, to at least have some type of idea, even if you're not a planner, on how you're going to achieve PRV and all the fun things. So Renee will kick us off with any news tab information.
Hey, they did um, upload a news article that is simplifying the Scentsy standards, what you need to know. Hopefully everybody read it, but they said they uploaded a new one on the 24th of October. And then on starting the 24th of November, a pop-up will appear on your workstation when you log in, and you will have to sign it to update your standards. So watch for that. They just changed the lingo and some things around it's a little easier to understand on what we can and can't do with events and your inventory and promotional displays and stuff. So just take time to make sure you're reading that. If you have any questions, reach out. And then today they posted that you can register for November Spark sessions. So that's that.
Okay, perfect. So actually, I do think since you just brought up Spark sections, we will kick off there because Renee just attended her first Spark session, which was a challenge that we gave all of you within the last 3 weeks. I have
Yeah.
no idea one. So Renee did attend one, and she just kind of wanted to share her experience with it and some nuggets that she had.
Yes, it was really great. They did a few minutes of training in the beginning, and she said that mine was on increasing PRV. And she said there's really like 5 things that you focus on because the catalog all the time. But huh?
I was trying to pull up the live just in case there was chat
Oh,
messages and my volume was on. So you were hearing me talking, but it was in the delayed recording.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Your LTOs and your holiday seasonal stuff. And then she said customer service. Um, let's see, then what else? I can read my own handwriting. Focus on solutions for people and bundle up, and then events. And events is more than like your vendor events. You can have pop-ups and flower parties and stuff like that, and she didn't go into a lot of detail on that. And then we went to sharing things. And I did share with them how the samples in the Happy Mail have increased my orders for those collections that we're sending out. But somebody had this genius idea, and I am going to do it. I'm going to make a flyer, and I'm going to start doing this for the month of November. Support a senior, and they are selling a body wash and a hand cream, packaging it up really cute, and taking it to nursing homes for seniors. And some of those people just don't have family that give a crap. They put them in there and they forget about them. So love, love, love that idea. So I'm doing it. Um, and the other one that I took away, a lot of it is stuff that we went over with stuff that we already know and we do the parties, the fundraisers. We talked about buddy drives, just different ways on increasing PRV. But going to businesses around town and asking them if they could sponsor their bathroom and putting a fragrance flower in there, like with a QR code on it for your website. But then, because if you did like a room spray or something, somebody could throw that in their purse and walk off with it. They're less likely to do that with a fragrance flower and oil spilling everywhere. So I thought that was pretty genius. So those were the best little nuggets that I took away from it. And I love the support a senior or sponsor a senior because some of those people really just have nobody once they're put in homes. So that's
Yeah.
what I learned from my first Spark session. So I will be doing more.
And that's what I love about him, because you never know what you're going to go into and get from that. It might not even be about the topic that you're actually getting in, but the people that are attending Spark sessions are people like you who are wanting to work their business. They are looking for different ideas on how to get PRV, sponsoring, whatever it is you signed up for. And a lot of people have different things that are working in their business that they're going to share, like the sponsor a senior. That's a great idea. It's kind of outside the box. It's a different, sometimes you just need something that just, makes you click. I love doing them because my brain is so weird. It will come up with an idea that has nothing to do with anything that anybody's talking about. I don't know why. Every time I watch one, I will like come up with this off the wall idea that has nothing to do about what anybody said. My brain is just like, oh, we need to do this. I can't even tell you how many times that happens. But I have to be around like inspirational juices. I think that's what it is. That's why I love to listen to trainings, because I never know what's gonna make my brain scroll off into another idea. I swear my best ideas come from listening to something that has nothing to do with it's insane. I don't get it. But you have to be constantly putting different ideas, or thinking about what is the problem you're trying to solve. You're trying to get more PRV, you're wanting to sponsor more people, you're trying to get more customer base, you're trying to get home parties. Really, really hone in on what it is you're trying to achieve in that moment. And don't be afraid to think something way out there, because you never know where you're going to, land. So, we were kind of talking about how the year creeps up on us, right? Like, I can't believe it's the end of October. I don't know about you guys, but it's absolutely insane to me that it's the end of October.
Wait, wait, one second. Um, End of month live is tomorrow rather than Friday.
I was getting ready to say that too. They did they did move it to the 30th instead of the 31st because of Halloween. I love watching the month live because I love knowing what's coming that next month. It really helps me plan mentally where my potential PRV is going to come from, what customers are going to be interested in, what launches are coming, how the join kits, if we're going to have a join special, what that's going to look like. And I want to hear it live, because I don't know about you, but if I don't catch it live, it's 10 times harder to go back and watch the replay. It
And the whip
is. Do what?
in the whip box sneak peek.
Exactly. Yeah, they now show the contents of the whiff box on the first, and that helps me. So I'll kind of recap this again. I know I've shared this on here a few times, but I know we also have a few new people on here as well. One of my favorite things to do with the whiff boxes is I have it's called my Whiffers Club. And I think this has been ever since I started this, it has really increased my sale of whiff boxes. So I do not share the contents the first week inside my VIP group. I don't share it in my stories. I don't share it anywhere. I will only text my customers that are my whiffers, and I'll give them the contents, but they have to be in my whiffers club. So I do still utilize Project Broadcast, so it's really easy for me to text the contents out, but I will leak a sneak peek in my VIP group and say, oh, it's another month. That means we have a new whiff box content. My whiffers get to see it first. Not a whiffer, want to be in the club, drop whiff below and I'll add you. And I really create the FOMO over creating and seeing the whiff box first. So there's a lot of times I don't share the whiff box in my group until like the 15th. And I tell you, I sell anywhere from 10 to 30 whiff boxes on average in a month. So every month I'm always adding people. I have over 50 people now in my text campaign that just want to know what the whiff box is every single month. Some of them have clubs with me and just want to know what the contents are what before that month comes, or some don't. And a lot of local people that pick up from me. But it's just been a fun way to build up momentum around the whiff box. I started with 0 people in that, all right? So do I have over 50 now? Yes, but it's every month only adding a couple people. And by doing this every single month, my customers have learned to know the expectation. I'll sneak that in my stories as well. And it's really helped me build up that exclusiveness to the whiff box and bring back that surprise element to where I'm not putting the contents on the first. So that's something that I've done that's been really, really beneficial. And now I love the fact that we get to find out what the contents of are that whiff box on the first, because now I'm able to work it a lot faster than just waiting for someone to pick it up and share the contents. So that's how I've been building that far. Okay, so Dylan, do you want to kind of take us in the next part?
Yeah, I can try my best because I am sidetracked now. I'm so excited. So tonight we figured that we're kind of going to do two different things. It's more of a brainstorming thing. So if you can, feel free to unmute yourself, chat with us. But what I figured we could do is hold on, I'm sharing my screen. I'm not that distracted. There we go. So what I figured we could do is I'm a visual person. I like to have something pulled up so that way I can see. So I created a calendar for us to kind of look at and see what's happening over the next few weeks. What do we know is happening within Scentsy? And then also for December. So kind of doing like a planning session of like what ideas we want to come up with so that way we are prepared for the next 2 months. So just prepping as much as we can. We have the thing that I said we have two different things going right here is we also want to try to be as thorough as possible and be live streaming or talking in our stories as much as possible because those are the two things that are really trending with any social media platform that you're on. Videos are going like crazy. So we have here in the blue, we are going to be adding some ideas for like something you can go into your stories or go live, however, whatever you want to do. And we're going to do like a live challenge. And then we also have like over here in the green, we have the Scentsy stuff that's being released. So if anyone has any ideas, we can kind of just discuss those. Like in November, I plan on doing this, and we can just add it to a calendar. And then I'm going to share this out so you guys can share it with your teammates, or you can share it with somebody who's new, who doesn't know what's going on. And then that way we can just plan together basically. So that way it's a little bit easier. We don't have to come up with all the concepts by ourselves.
Um, is there a reason Wax Wednesday is on Thursdays?
Oh, no, because the, I'm making you make your Wax Wednesday for the following week. No, this this starts on a Monday, and all of the calendars in my head all start on a Sunday, and it completely threw me off. And I didn't realize until after I had like added all the dates. So I had to go in and fix everything. I didn't remember. Um, but yeah, I started out by saying Wax Wednesday just because consistency is key. And so if every Wednesday you're going in your stories or you're going live and you're saying like, hey, it's Wax Wednesday, change my wax. This is the wax that I chose, and this is why. Like that's always a good starting point, but those can change as well. So for November, let's start with November just to make it easier instead of going back and forth. For November, we know that monthly transition is going to happen on the 1st. We have the limited edition warmer launching on the 1st. We have the Wicked collection, and then we have the 3 new Scentsy candles. So all of that is launching on the 1st. And I think, unless somebody else has something, I think that's all we know for November. We know Scents of the
With
Season is coming sometime, but
new if
yeah, new whiff box. That's a good one.
That's cute. So Joyce said, I like doing mini Mondays, and I'll talk about our mini warmers on Mondays.
Oh, that's cute.
That's a cute idea. See, this is why we did this.
Yeah. And that exactly leads us into exactly why we wanted to talk about this, because it's easier to sell things when your customers are educated. They know what products we have. They know how it works. Whenever they're ready to buy, they already are educated on them. I know I've used this example before, but something that it still is like crazy to me because I was, faulted as the consultant, but I had a customer that thought the Scentsy Air was default or not working because it wasn't turning on, but she didn't realize that there was an on-off switch on it or button. And so I'm like, okay, that's something that I should show in my stories. That's something simple that you wouldn't realize, but it is kind of hidden down by the USB plug. They just literally thought it'd plug in and it'd work. So product education is really going to help you be able to sell a lot better because your customers need to know what we have, styles. I love the mini warmer Monday just because that is something that you can focus on. You could even do the solo airs. I know they're not called mini fans anymore, but that's where my mind with it. But it is important to know you don't have to sell every single product that we offer. You don't have to stretch yourself so thin that you are just trying to memorize everything or you're trying to share everything. It's more important to be really, really diverse in a few things and sell them really well and be really knowledgeable than to spread yourself too thin and get your customers like way over exhausted at product offering. And so that's why we kind of want to do like this live thing and have this prep for the month. So you go into it with an expectation, okay, where's my PRV gonna come from? Ever since the cooler thing went crazy this summer and people, sold so many of them, and then we've had the standard changes to where we can start charging more and we don't have to just do like the 10%. It's really taken off the handcuffs of bundles that we're able to offer. And every single month since then, I've started doing a different bundle every single month. I know there's several of us that have started doing it, and those have been a huge PRV bump for me. So this month was Boo Baskets. No, technically that was September's.
Yeah, that was September. This
That was
one's Bird
September.
Basket.
Yeah. And I don't remember how many I sold of those, but I sold quite a few of them. I did two different price points. I've done, what did we do in August?
Those bags.
Oh yeah, the tote bags. Those were, or the, yeah, um, yeah, what were those called? They were like organizer bags. Those were really cute. We did cooler bags with the hard covers. Forgetting something else cool that we did.
I mean, I think there's like a ton of, I think there's people doing like book clubs right now too, where there's
Yeah.
like a secret book. But I was talking to ChatGPT earlier about like this planning session and kind of like asking it for some ideas too. And I thought it was, now that Tab is talking about that, I thought it was clever that it was talking about like people during this time with Scentsy, like the things that are trending is bundles. Like if
Mhm.
you are not pushing bundles right now, which this is speaking to myself too, but if you are not pushing bundles right now, like that is really like ChatGPT did the research. Like I was like, please search Google and tell me what's trending. Like what are people like selling lots of? And it was like bundle, like just bundle everything. And they were like, make cute bundles, post them in your stories, and like during Christmas and holidays and stuff. Like that's what goes because people are like they can envision themselves giving that to somebody. And so if you're going into your stories and you're sharing those cute little, even if you make one, just grab a coffee mug out of your thing, throw a Scentsy bar in it, throw some cellophane over it, or wrap it however you want to do. Go live with that one and show like, this is what I can do for you. I can make this for you. And then you have the perfect gift for a teacher or a friend or your kid's bus driver or coach. Like that's what people want because they're like, oh shoot, I didn't even think about that person. And now they're thinking of you tied to that person. And they're like, I have to get that. And so it was just crazy to me. It was like literally I asked for a calendar because I was trying to see if it would cheat and give me a calendar so that way I could have a head start. And it was like literally every week it was like, make a bundle of this, make a bundle of this, make a bundle of this. And I was like, okay, that's not what I asked for. I didn't ask for 50 bundles, but it did. Like even during December, it was talking about like leading up to the cutoff date, like just creating as many bundles as you can and offering those to people because they're easy for them to say, I want that, instead of having to shop for somebody that they don't really know.
Yeah. Yeah, it is so true. And don't be afraid to offer one that's more expensive. I typically like the Boo Baskets. I offered a $60 Boo Basket and I was hesitant because I thought that was expensive. And so I offered a $45 one as well. And I just want to tell you, I sold let me find it real fast. I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 $60 Boo Baskets. So sometimes we out and I only sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 $45 ones. So I sold more $60 ones than I did the $45 ones. So you and this goes back to the like the limited time offering holiday warmer that's coming out on the first two. I know my team, we talked about this in the chat yesterday, but sometimes we're scared to share more expensive items because we think that people won't pay it, but we don't know what has value to what some people have. Sometimes it's sentimental and they don't care what the price is, they're going to pay it. Sometimes they really like something and they're going to splurge. Maybe they got a bonus at work, maybe they're sad and they just want to spend money. Like, we never know what someone's going through personally or what their finances are like. And by answering those questions or not offering something because we've outpriced it for them, you're only losing potential PRV because you answered that question for your customer. It's just like when we think someone's not interested in joining and we never ask them, oh, they wouldn't be interested, they're well off. Never answer the question for someone. You literally never know what they're going to be going through or what they'd be interested in. So November, I'm planning on doing burr boxes, with like a cute little blanket and a mug with hot chocolate. And then, I really like to offer the whiff box with the bundles that I do. Now I will tell you, I do two different versions of them because I do, like I was talking in the beginning, how I have my whiff box club. I have people that want both the whiff box and they want the box, but they want different contents. So I will use the whiff box for my public sharing as far as because we're getting a higher value, right? That's the easiest way to get product cheap in people's hands and they're getting a discount that doesn't come out of our pocket. So that's why I love doing the whiff box. Um, but for my regulars that buy the whiff box and they know now, I've trained them doing these the last few months that I'm gonna offer these baskets with the whiff box contents. They'll just message me and be like, hey, I want one, but I want different contents in them. So I'll see what it is on the first. I'll whip up what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to spend these will probably be around $50-$60 again on the burr baskets. Get a cute Tiffany actually went to were you at Target and found those cute
Yes, the little baskets with the bows on the wooden ones.
yeah, I thought those would
Yes.
be perfect for little burr baskets. So just fun ideas like that. Oh my gosh, there's a lot in the chat that I haven't gotten on.
I've caught up.
Okay, cool.
So, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to say everyone's name, but the somebody mentioned a Flower Friday party or a Flower Friday post, which I thought was really cute.
Yeah.
So I added that in there. And then Bree asked about the Scentsy cutoff date. I pulled it up on my calendar from last year and it was the 18th. So I put it on the 19th, but we don't have that official date yet. So that's why I put it in red just to like go back and fix it. But I'm assuming it will probably be 18th or 19th.
It's typically around the week of the 15th. So
Yeah.
it's
Something that I saved from last year because I had somebody say you should have shared it earlier, and it was a late share. But these toilet papers.
Oh yeah,
Is it
try to go
with the
closer.
room sprays in it.
Can you try to go closer to your camera so it can? There we go. They have the funniest sayings on them.
Yeah, there's more, so we can share those later.
These are great for white elephant, work parties, your brother you don't like very much, then you want to give him a crappy gift.
So those definitely need to be in November somewhere.
Yes.
Or that dirty Santa.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect ideas for those.
But
Hey,
in the
Dylan,
big group, when I find all the pictures, I'll share them.
Dylan, did you put Cyber Monday in December? I guess it's going to fall on December 1st.
It is December 1st.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And we normally do have some kind of sale in November. I think in the past, and somebody please correct me if I'm wrong because I don't remember exactly, but I think around like things, it's not Black Friday. We don't normally have a Black Friday sale, but I think either like that weekend after, right, is when we normally have some kind of sale. Maybe not a flash sale, but some kind of like.
Last year, it was the week before Black Friday because I know they used that wording somehow playing in the title of it was like a before Black Friday type of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
we might wanna,
I know
like,
last year it was somewhere around there.
yeah, we might want to just throw again, we'll throw it in red just so we can remember. But that might be like a good, I cannot remember. I thought there was it, which
Yeah, I can't
probably
either.
on a Friday, to be honest, because that's when they like to do them. Scentsy possible. Scentsy sale, and then we'll put a question mark.
So be thinking about Black Friday if you want to offer something. I know some consultants, they actually like to do the sale ahead of Black Friday because they want to do it when people still have money in their pockets and before they go out and blow it on Black Friday. So you don't have to do things outside your means. So just know, work your business, whatever you are able to do. Some consultants will come in and they'll do a bundle, like an hourly special. Like, okay, I'm going to do the air purifier blown out this hour. They might use a party, they have a ton of rewards and offer an air purifier at super discounted deals, or offer it to someone who's been like a really good customer that you know that they have their eye on it. Use rewards to get it, or use like when you buy so many of them, you know, you can net it down. Some people will do free shipping, the hourly specials, different bundles. Like, now remember, if these are personal specials, they do need to be compliantly advertised. You can't post them on your page. I've shared graphics before where it's like buy and it's got a question mark and save. So it kind of shows, but it's not showing it. So like it's a compliant way to say that. Does anybody else do anything on Black Friday that they've had success with that they want to share? So I just kind of threw it in ChatGPT and just said different ideas, and it said Scentsy could run a not quite Black Friday sale from November 21st to 25th with deals up to 70% off. You could give your team exclusive early access to different ideas that they can do, bundles. See if there's anything good on here.
While you look at that tab, I'm going to share about Product Spotlight. So one thing that I've been wanting to do, which I haven't, I'm glad that we're planning this November and December together. One thing that I've wanted to do was like a product spotlight. So like, I think it's really important when your customers know about our products, when you're sharing information about them. And so I've been thinking for a while, this has just been pending in my head, but I want to execute it now. But a product spotlight, meaning like for the whole week, I want to focus on one of our products. So if that's like like Tab just shared, the Scentsy Air. And so I'm sharing the Scentsy Air every single day, like how I change the pods, if it's the purifier, like change the filter in it, like sharing that every single day, and then also using that like in my email, and like focusing on one thing a day, because I think we have so many products that sometimes it can get messy because you're like, oh, I got to do this and this. And so instead, in my head, I want to focus on like each week just one. I mean, everywhere in my stories, in my VIP group, like every single place, focusing on that one product, so I can batch a ton of videos and then be able to share those wherever I go.
This is a
I
really good
added that
time.
in-
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
What'd you just add on there?
No, I'm saying I added the product spotlight on there, and eventually I'll add like the products too. I don't know which ones I want to do yet, but
This is a really good time to push your customers wherever you want to push them. Okay.
Mhm.
So create that, again, creating the FOMO of what's happening. Be annoying about it. Like this is one of the few times I will encourage you about being annoying, is if you're going to have a Black Friday sale, talk about it every single day. Do some type of countdown, like 15 days until my biggest sale of the year, 14 days. Push them wherever you want them to go. Do you want more people viewing your stories? Do you want more people in your customer page? Do you want more emails? Do you want more in your text group? Do you want people in your personal friend group? Where do you want to focus your customers to be at? This is the time that you can get them there by making that exclusive of this is where I'm going to be putting it, like the main of it. Not saying you can't share it anywhere else. But if you want to give a little bit more in your stories and you're trying to get those story views, then I would post and say, oh, Black Friday deal is going to be launched today. Get my code word, go to my stories to find it. They're going to go to your stories to be able to find whatever your code word is to text you to get the deal of the day. You could literally do this in so many different ways. That's just one example on how I like to build up different areas of my business where I want to focus on. you could literally do a Zoom, wrap your Christmas presents and do like, come wrap your gifts with me. I hate it probably as much as you do, but come on Zoom and talk to me. I'm really trying to put emphasis on going live again because I've gone so far away from that. And I can't even tell you that that's the thing that Facebook likes right now, but I know me putting my face out there and talking to people, even if no one really watches, like it's not going to hurt anything. So I really want to build up more going live, um, especially this time because when people are Christmas shopping, we don't come to mind. And I say that with like the most endearing, like I know my customers support me, but I'm not the first person they typically think about when they're Christmas shopping unless I give them a product or a pre-wrapped thing or an idea that I put that in their head. They're like, oh, my friend Margaret would love that. So you do have to be strategic about how you're sharing these different bundles and getting it inside their faces because you're not going to be the default thing that they're like, oh, I need to go Christmas shopping. They're going to go to Amazon. They're going to go to the mall. So we do have to make sure we're showing up in front of our customers. And that's why going live in November is going to be our ticket into this. Okay, so that brings us to our next thing we want to talk about still within this calendar, whatever. This summer, and actually, Shelly, this is how you came up today while Dylan and I were texting. We talked about doing a go live every day and introduce yourself challenge. I don't know how you guys all did with it, but I know I didn't even wasn't in the mind space, didn't happen, didn't do it. But I love the idea. I want to do it. Yeah, never started. It flopped perfect. Okay. Yep. So great idea. We planted
At
that.
least we all flop together, right?
But we thought this would be a really good opportunity to redeem ourselves since we fell flat on our faces. It's like if you go to my TikTok, you'll see 4 days of Dylan, Tiffany, and I working out, and then crash and burn. 4 days. We made it 4 days. It's truly amazing. Um, so we want to do it, and I'm talking these are short lives. People don't want to sit on a live. If they see you are alive for 20 minutes, no one's watching it except your best friend that's obsessed with you. That's or your parents or your kid, whatever it is. Like that is just what is the reality of it. These need to be really short micro lives of, and I'm not saying product. That was what Dylan and I talked about today. Like, so the first year I joined, one of the best things that I did in my business was go live every single day about a different product. It was a challenge that was really hot going around. It was July. I remember it was a yellow calendar and every day had a different product you went live on. I love that. You can absolutely do that. But I really want to start building okay, when I post something on Facebook about Scentsy on my personal page, I get 0. Like on my personal page, then people could care less about anything that I post over there. I post all this other stuff, they interact. Scentsy, nada, nothing. They don't care. They're not invested. All my people in my VIP group, though, they're all over it because that's where I've put my people that want to buy from me, right? So I want to go live on my personal page and start showing my friends what Scentsy is to me in so many different ways. I want them to see what Scentsy has made me, who I've become because of it. I want to show them or talk about trips I've earned or talk about people I've met or my team. I want to show them my obsession with pickles and coffee and that my dogs. I really want to give them a look behind what think about TikTok, okay? I'm brand new into the TikTok world. I've posted videos here and there. But recently I've never been someone that's watched them because I know that I would watch too much time of them, so I've just never allowed myself to go there because I don't want to do that. But recently I have made myself start watching them 10 minutes a day because I wanted to learn what, especially younger people, because I want to start recruiting them, right, to my team. How are they posting? How are they reacting with each other? How are they selling products? What are they doing to get their information out there? And the only way you can learn that is by absorbing it, right? So I try 10 minutes a day to watch different videos, whether it's reels on Instagram or it's TikTok videos on how people are selling themselves. And then when I find someone that I feel is worthy of a follow, which it doesn't happen very often, I will obsess over how are they sharing? What are they sharing? Why did this captivate me? How can I take this into my life and make that something that people want to see what I'm doing every single day? These people are doing the daily basic things. But why did that why did that entertain me? Why did that keep me coming back on wondering, oh my gosh, I watched this girl on TikTok a year ago. I found her. She was funny. I hadn't seen her. Heck, in the last year, she went and got a boyfriend. She moved back home from the city. Like, I was full on invested, and I spent an ungodly amount of time going into her life and figure out where she's been the last year. And I was like, okay, A, this is unhealthy. Why did I just get obsessed with this person? This is exactly why I haven't went into this app. But there's something there. I'm also obsessed with watching this 25-year-old who lives in Texas who just shares how he eats clean and he works out and he's training for a marathon that actually is happening this weekend, and I can't wait to see his content. And so, like, what did I do? I got my friends to start following him because why wouldn't I? But it's inspiring. I started drinking my greens because guess what? I see people drinking their greens every single day. I influence the crap out of poor Brie. Every time she sees me do something, she's like, oh, bought it. And I say hashtag influenced. But that's what we do inside network marketing. It's social selling. And I want to give people on my normal Facebook page a reason to be obsessed with me. And that sounds I'm a trap in so many ways. I want to give people a reason to invest in my life if that's what you're interested in, okay? You don't have to be if that's not the journey you want to be on, but we get so stuck in thinking our lives are boring when they're not. We're just not maybe presenting it in a light that people have found interesting yet because it's the way we're displaying it or it's the way we're talking about it. So we just thought this live challenge would be a really cool idea to really pull back that veil. And I'm talking these lives be just a couple minutes, 5 minutes max daily, wherever you want them to be, in your stories, on your regular feed, in your customer groups, TikTok, wherever you want to build. Try to pick a platform to build on so your viewers kind of get used to coming to seeing you and just see what the difference it makes with their holiday shopping. Are they going to start supporting you? And if you did something really cool in your business, like a bundle, and you want to share it, like absolutely talk about your products. Like there's a reason you do, but show why. Like, what is it that I had to show you this bundle? But why? Why did you want to share that to your customers? What is the reason behind why you're sharing it? Is it just because you need more money this month? And I used this example last week, so I'll do it again, but to buy your kids golf clubs. Like, I love the amount of people that have started sharing that they've opened up links because their kids need something. And it's specifically my commission from this link is going to buy my kids something. Like, that's real life. That shows your hustle that you're trying to provide for your family. That's real. That's relatable. We have to do more of that. I didn't mean to go on a tangent there, and Dylan's over there working, but that's the idea behind this whole live challenge. So with that, long explanation, does anybody, I would love to just get this pool of ideas of what you could go live about or something you could share that'd be relatable. And I thought it'd be cool to just kind of inspire everybody to start this on the first, and just different ways that we can go live and talk to our people. So if anybody
About
wants
how
to
I'm
share.
working from the road for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Renee's going to talk about the fact that she's got a grandbaby coming and she's picking up and going to Florida for 2 weeks.
When
And
you were,
I
go
hope
ahead.
she's going to share how fun it is to work from, like, the fact that she can work from anywhere. Your turn, Dylan.
I think somebody was saying something as I started to, though. I want to make sure they don't, I don't know who it was.
I don't
but-
think so. I think it was just you.
Okay. When you were talking about that, me and Tab were talking about this earlier, and I was like, I wonder what it looks like to do this every single day. And I asked ChatGPT for like some tips and tricks on like what this looks like. So it literally reiterated what Tab said, but it said mini conversations, like 2 to 3 minutes of honest thought or story, make it interactive. So make sure you're asking questions, which makes them respond with comments. Show and tell, make sure you're holding up product, books, or an object that you love. And then a routine peak. So here's what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and then be consistent in that. So like if you're doing it every single day, be like, tomorrow, 8 a.m., I'll see you again, same place, same time. And the more consistent you are, the more people like will come back and be like, oh, like Tab was talking about, I love watching this person. Now I know 8 a.m. she's live every day. So it said consistent because that was my question. Like, is consistency good in going live or should it be random? And it's according to ChatGPT, not saying this is right, but this is my best friend, so it doesn't lie to me. Um, it says consistency is key. So same time, same place. That's when you should do it if you're looking to grow that following.
I love that you looked that up because that was my intention to look it up on ChatGPT and see it, and I didn't actually do that. And so that actually
I wanted to know because
that makes me
that's a
feel
good
good.
question, right? Like,
Yeah.
is random? Are you supposed to do it randomly? Are you supposed to do it consistently? And that was one of the tips it added. It said do it same time, same place every single day. Like, don't try to split it up in between your VIP group and your public page and Instagram and rotate it. Like people don't know where to find you when you do that. If they like one day and then you're not there the second day, it's gone.
But you could absolutely go in your stories or go in your VIP page and be like, if you haven't caught it, this is what I'm doing every single day at such and such time. Like and give them like a little nugget of it. And it's like, if you like this, be sure to catch me. I'm doing it every single day this month. I'm just committed to showing you a little bit more about me. Like I, I just like for me personally, just really feel like where I'm in my business, where I want to share more vulnerable things. I want to be more transparent. I want to just kind of show people the why, the when, the where, the how, the feelings I have behind it, and just be more relatable, I guess. I don't know. Joy says you can go live on Mondays and call it Motivational Monday. You can encourage your viewers to be their best. Absolutely. I love self-development. And a lot of people might not know that about me. So that's something I absolutely could share. Renee was doing a daily devotion or a daily inspiration. What was those called?
After,
Affirmations, daily affirmations.
yeah,
She was reading a card in her story every single day. And
I gotta get different cards. I'm not a huge fan of these ones.
she was like, this wasn't it. But
This
that's
wasn't
okay.
it.
Like you could literally go to ChatGPT and say, I want to go live for 30 days. This is my intention behind it. Build me a plan, give me a topic, give me which I don't know that I encourage on having a script because I want it to feel more real. But here's another thing, you will suck on day 1. You will suck on day 2. You will look back on day 30 because we're all going to stick with it and be like, I improved since day 1 and 2. Like it's just something that might not come natural to you and that's okay, but it's worth doing because it you get better at it. Back to my old piano thing. It's impossible to practice the piano every single day for a month and not at least improve. And I'm going to open up the floor for Miss Tiffany because I haven't done this to her in a little bit. And I just feel like she could have some really valid input to add into these topics, or as she wrapped up her real estate course today, that there's something she might want to share
Oh my
that
gosh.
would inspire us.
Oh my gosh, guys. So today was like so life-changing. I don't know if you guys have experienced, I'm sure you have in your time here, experienced on here, I mean on planet Earth. I just want to preface that before we lead into the rest. I'm talking about your time here, Earthwise. Anyway, have you ever had one of those moments where like you wanted to participate, you truly did because you knew that it would be life-changing, like it would help you, but you were too embarrassed to be present? And so I've come across these moments a lot in my life, and I've always watched that moment be fleeting and just be gone in a moment's notice. And today, one of those moments prepared, um, just like put itself right in my path. So it was super interesting that I chose to do something different. But There was this exercise today where you had to take a board, and this was a big board, guys. As soon as I saw the boards that they were passing around, I was like, maybe that's not for me. Maybe I'd like to take a different journey in my life, right? No, that's not what happened. They were like, everybody's doing this. I was like, okay, great, cool. Where's my board? Give me mine. And also, they made me sign a waiver beforehand. Not a good way to lead into things, okay? And so I signed this waiver, get this board, and they're like, you're going to write on the board all of your limiting beliefs. Girl, we're going to need more boards. Just bring a whole 2x4 out here because that's really what I need. Okay. So it's fine. It was a Sharpie. I used the space that I had and I just filled it out. Okay. And again, when these moments present themselves, I never participate. I'm like, okay, cool. We've done all sorts of these things. At camp one year, we wrote on these cute little paper people and then burned them. Sorry, that reminds me of have you guys seen Secret Lives of Pets where he's like, we burned our collars, man. Burned them to the ground. That was the first thing that popped in my head. I had to share. Anyway, moving on. So I don't like to participate in these things, but I'm really excited for all the people that do and like who are in it. I am cheering you on. Believe me, not participating myself, but I'm here for you. Like everybody else that was crying, I was like, girl, you cry those tears. You leave that man. I'm like I'm with you. But I don't do it because I think like a small part of me just always knows like later this is still going to be an issue. I'm still going to be thinking these limiting thoughts later. Like if they're just going to creep in and there's a lot more work that needs to be done before I can just do that. But today I was like this moment's here. Why not just see what happens? So I write on this board all the things. Everybody's up, and I'm like, cool, we're gonna be breaking some boards. First, I wanted to see if people could really do it because I was like, I don't know, have we done this before? Where are the videos of proof? I didn't see it. So I'm watching people go first. I'm like, okay, this is possible. People were doing it on one hit. But the thing that really caught me is like the people who were holding the boards were just as emotional as the people breaking the boards. Like watching someone watching someone go through and like overcome, you know, recognize that they're having these thoughts, recognize what's holding them back, and then visualizing it and getting through it, and like it really having significance to them. And I was like, well, I want some of that. Libby's over here crying. Why is she crying? I want to cry with Libby. So it's my turn. And when I got up to the board, Libby was like, I want you to read these and whatever one, she used the P word, okay? You know, the one that's followed with an I and two S's, E, D. Yeah, she's that word. And so she's like, which one upsets you? So I don't know if you guys know this of late. My life is mad chaos over here, okay? I have three businesses because I can't ever go small when I do anything. I'm like, I'd like to do that, but like turn it up to level 10 because that's my journey. And which is fine because we all got to live our lives the way we got to live them. This is how I like to live mine, fast and dangerous, and we don't ever really know what's going on. But Emmett is going through a lot of stuff. My 9-year-old son who's autistic, barely verbal. Like, I mean, I think he's verbal, but they always say he's nonverbal. I'm like, okay, but if we're putting some sentences together, doesn't that mean verbal? But there's apparently a different classification. If you can say words, that doesn't make you verbal, just so you know. Okay. I didn't know. Now you know. We all know. So it's been a really hard time just continuously. And I feel like it's one long journey of heartbreak, obstacle, pain, struggle every single day. And it got me down. It does. Like it wears a person down. So I was doing so much work to overcome the obstacles that we were facing and then as life does, new obstacles showed up. So Emmett was like, oh, you got that? You figured that out? Cool. I'd like to do this new thing, which is screaming all day. Okay. And it's also going to have sudden outbursts where you think I'm calm and I'm not. My nervous system is fried. Okay. Fried. But the only way through is through. You know what I mean? Like I can only, like the only way out is through. Like I just got to figure it out. So today, that was the thought that came to mind when she was like, pick one of these. And I wrote on that board that I don't feel qualified to be Emmett's mother because I do not have the skills And I think that human beings are expandable, guys. I think that if you want to learn something, you can go out there and learn that. And I don't just think that, science backs that. Okay, so I know that I could make this better, right? So in this moment where I've got this dang bored and I'm thinking about this, I'm like, and my heart, like my whole body, it's like my whole body was prepping for this moment of seeing this obstacle, this limiting belief, this thing that I keep telling myself, my life is too complicated, my life is too overwhelmed, this is too hard, I'm not qualified to do it. And I started vibrating, I swear to God. My whole arms are shaking, and then like tears start to fall, and I break this board. I almost break Libby, who's holding the board, because I got to break the board, and I thought we were going to need a lot of power. You do. The first hit was not successful. It landed quite well. My hand still hurts, but the second one went through, and it was just such a magical moment because as that board snapped and wood flakes flew into Libby's face and got stuck in her lip gloss, I thought, you really can just leave things. You can decide to leave things lay. Like I didn't have to walk away from that moment carrying all those beliefs anymore. Like that exercise could work. It could if I choose to make it work. And so that's what I did. I walked away from that moment. I'm like, my life isn't too complicated. It is hard. It is, but life is hard. And if life is hard, then you know that you're growing. It's in those moments that you find ease. And it's just like you're just calmly sailing through like really calm, quiet waters. Those are enjoyable, yes, but they don't prepare you for anything that's coming in the future. And you don't grow, we don't level up. And that is my personal favorite. Like, think about yourself as a little Bratz doll, Sims character, whatever you need to do, whatever's your journey, Animal Crossing. And every time you change your little outfit or, like change your hair and like your character gets a new skill, they're leveling up. And that's the whole purpose of the game, is it not? Life's the same. Life's the same. And that's all I have for you because we're 3 minutes in left.
So I just wanted her to share that because as you're going into this November challenge, you may have heard the fact that I said go live and share something personal every single day, or that might have felt gross, that might have felt that you had a limited belief that you cannot do that. That might have felt like something you're not interested in, that you won't benefit from it. But really, I wanted her to share that story, and I wanted to encourage all of you to bet on yourselves. Bet on yourselves. Don't let the limiting beliefs get in your way, because whatever it is you want, and I want you all to write down whatever it is you hope to gain by the end of November by doing this, and commit to yourself that I will do this every single day. Every single person has 1 minute spare. So it doesn't matter how busy or how hard life is, you can spare at least 1 minute to challenge yourself to do this in the month of November. And
Mhm.
if you use ChatGPT, be very honest. What is it I'm trying to get across? What's the message I want to give to my people this month? Like I said, it doesn't have to be all product focused. You can sprinkle that in, but really, really think about what you want to gain from doing this challenge and where you want your business to go, where you want yourself to go. Just what's the result you want to see from this, and really dig deep. I just spend some time to figure it out and then commit to it. Set an alarm
Also,
on your phone.
and get an accountability partner because I learned in Bold too that if you write down your goal, and or people who write down their goal and have an accountability partner that knows about that goal are 76% more likely. Did you hear what I heard? Because it's basically like you already accomplished it. Because that was 76%. Okay. We're over halfway. By writing it down and getting an accountability partner, 76% of the way there, guys. You just got to do the 24 for work. Just saying.
Yeah.
Think about it.
All right. Well, we are going to wrap up. We appreciate you guys so much for coming. I'm very excited to see. If you are committed that you're going to do this challenge, let us know. Message us, post in our group, team chats, wherever we connect with you, let us know. And once you figure out what that result is, if you want to share it, let us know. But make November huge, plan ahead. Dylan just shared the calendar in the chat. remember, we'll talk about this again for sure, but one of the biggest thing that I wanted to get across was December's a short month because of that shipment cutoff date. You have to go in December with a plan for your PRV. Plan to have all your PRV in the first week of December. Anything that comes after is icing on the cake, but it's not a lot. The sales happened at the beginning of December. You need to be planned for them. Be thinking about it now. So we love you all. Have a great night. And we are here every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Love you guys.